Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Wednesday, October 30th, 2024. I, of course, with Originator Success here at the Daily Rate Lock Conversation in a place on the web where you guys get to join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, talking about what's going on with rates and pricing, broadcasting to you on Facebook and on YouTube. If you're here live, say good morning. If you're watching the replay, don't forget to give me a hashtag replay. Let me know in the comments that you were here. Don't forget to smash that like button, tag an LO friend. Share this post in a group. Let's go ahead and say hi to the live folks. Who do we got here this morning? We've got Ms. Brandy Brickler. Good morning. Brandy said, of course, there's good news. I locked yesterday. Brandy, did you lock after the reprice better, though? And by the way, do you get our text alerts? Because I did send out, look at this. Let me go ahead and pop over here. I did send out a text update yesterday about hold off on locking. So I don't know if that maybe came in on time today. So anyway, there we are. So good morning, Mark Clark. Great to have you here. Good morning, Mallory Fotiadis. We're going to hit you with the good news. Mike Tebow. Good morning, sir. Megan Lindbergh. Great to have you here. James Mahan. Happy hump day, sir. Michael Love. Good morning. Bobby Searson. Great to have you. Amy Blauser. Great to see you. Ron Siegel, I am not on speed today. I am not on speed any day, but that's okay. Today is National Candy Corn Day. Ew, candy. All right, that's a good question. The day topic: who actually likes black licorice and candy corn? I'm gonna put that one in the comments. You guys, let me know. Question of the day: do you like black licorice and or candy corn? That is the question of the day. I want to hear from you, all of you poor folks with mental illness. Who likes black licorice and or candy corn? Ugh, I'm a sugarholic, and that stuff is nasty. Absolutely nasty. Not my thing at all. Brandy said, no, I didn't. I locked first thing in the morning. Yeah, listen, Brandy, you know what? Listen, you with the way things have been, it's okay. You can't go wrong. But Nathan Einkorn, good morning, sir. Haven't seen you in a while. Great to have you here. Mike Brown, great to see you. Megan Lindbergh, Deb Dickinson, Amanda Craven, Mallory Fotiadis, unpopular opinion. You like candy corn, and you admit it out loud, Mallory. Ron Siegel, no on the black licorice, yes on the candy corn. That is still gross. Nathan, I like green on the MBS charts. Yeah, I'm with you, but it'll be well. We're gonna get some today, so that's the good news. All right, so while you guys are putting that on there, let's go ahead and do a quick recap from yesterday. Oh, they actually have them now, so that when we change, it's the same. Oh, it's about time they did that. Okay, so quick recap from yesterday. Let me to make this window a little. There we go. Oh, I like that. Okay, cool. So here's a quick recap from yesterday. We started the day. Bonds are getting a bit of a boost after the JOLTS data showed less job openings than expected, falling to the lowest number since March 2021, but still negative on the day. Consumer confidence readings came in at 108.7 versus 95.5 estimated. Bottom line, nothing turned around the bloodbath against bonds. Risk still favored locking most loans. However, what we saw was an actual, let me see if I can slide this over and up. Hold on. There we go. All right. So what we saw here, though, look at this. Yesterday, we saw, hold on one second. We got a little kid in here. Get out of there, you trouble. This is little M. No, she's not mine. She is a foster. For those that don't know, my wife volunteers at a cat sanctuary, and we sometimes foster little ones like this little troublemaker who is over by my fish tank. Thinks the fish are the coolest thing, wants to get in there and eat some. So I'll have to put her out in a minute. Hold on, let me go put her out. Get out of here, trouble. Go on. No, eat my fish. All right. So anyway, that was little M. All right. Back to where we were. Back to our regular scheduled program. So in the morning, you could see here. Pull this over a little bit. In the morning, you could see right over here. We were we were down right around 10 a.m. It got a little bit of a boost. We lost ground. And then through the afternoon, things steadily improved. Something changed here. Now, the argument you could say, well, hey, it was the 1 o'clock 7-year treasury yield auction. That is what a lot of the articles and things have been saying. They said that the 7-year treasury auction, come on, there you go. Okay. Now I gotta wait for this to refresh. They said that the treasury auction was kind of went really well. Here we go. Even though the U.S. consumer confidence readings are better than forecast, the 10-year benchmark yield has recoiled more than 10 basis points from Tuesday's peak, hovering around 4.22% first thing this morning. So is that what we see here? Yeah, we see 4.23. So yeah, it's right about there. The peak that it hit was 4.34. So yeah, it has pulled back from that. They say, where is it? Helping the mood was a retreat in rest of U.S. Treasury yields as news of a softening of U.S. job openings last month. So the JOLTS data did come in showing less job openings than expected. So that means that there's more supply than demand. If there's less job openings, there's more competition for those openings, whereas when there's more job openings, people can change jobs whenever they want, and it drives up wages and that kind of a thing. So this was actually good for bonds, and it helped offset the consumer sentiment stuff yesterday, but not enough to make a huge difference. And again, we did see an update. We sent an update around 2 o'clock to hold off. And then yesterday, the wrap up, a much welcome relief rally for bonds brought a slew of reprices better. If you didn't see one, there's a good chance you'll see better rate sheets in the morning. This improvement still only brings us back to yesterday's morning pricing, though. Today doesn't change the outlook. A weak jobs report will help, and a strong one will send rates soaring. Risks remain to floating. So, and that's exactly where we're at right now. When you take a look here, I mean, as far as where rate sheets today are better. Bonds are fighting on this morning to hold on to yesterday's gains, even build on them a little bit. We're up a couple of basis points. Yesterday we ended the day, if we go back to here, we ended the day up 29 basis points after being down minus 13. So it was a big swing, but even still, when you put it in perspective, let's take a look at like the 5-year here. Let me make this a little smaller and bring this up, right? So when we take a look here, look at where we came from. I mean, here we were on October 28th, which was Monday, right? And pricing came out around 10 a.m. Bonds were right around what? They were around 99 and a quarter. Okay. And that's what we're back up to, is right around where we were on Monday. So it basically washed out a lot of Monday's losses as we lost ground and then lost ground heading into Tuesday. We've recovered that, but I know any green is good green. Don't get me wrong. Any improvement, any bounce, but this is nothing to get excited about. We've got months end trading going on. We've got the election. We've got jobs data. We've got Fed meeting. There is still so much volatility here. If you do float with caution. I would only consider floating loans that have 30 plus days out. Loans closing December and after are the only ones that I would consider cautiously floating. And I'm going to go ahead and put that up on the bottom here. So that's along the bottom. So taking a look here, again, quick recap. We talked about rate sheets today a little bit better than yesterday. Reprice risk on the day is moderate. Still lots of volatility. Should be less than the last few days. The outlook hasn't changed. The expectation for Fed rate cuts, let's take a look here and see. 97%, 96% expectation that we're going to get a quarter point cut. Ron Siegel still says he's gambling with a half point cut to come next week. December, we're still barely at about 70%. We're kind of treading water on the consistency of that. January expectation, it's a coin flip that will be between 4.25 and 4. So this is what markets are currently pricing in. If we get a weak labor market report, then that would help. Some of the other headlines this morning, let's take a look together, kind of go over some of the other headlines, some of the things to talk about this morning. So we've got first things first. Let's hit. Where did all my Bloomberg articles go? Like they're all reloading. All right, here we go. So the revisions to the GDP data. So GDP data, you get the preliminary, you get the revised, and then you get the final, right? So we're in the revised for that. So this is for the third quarter. U.S. economy expanded 2.8%, powered by resilient consumer spending. We know that consumer spending is credit card spending, though. It's debt spending. Consumer spending advanced 3.7%, the most since early 2023. What are people spending money on? Are they forced to, or is this just like a I don't give a crap kind of spending that they're doing? I really am curious about that. The U.S. economy expanded at a robust pace in the third quarter as household purchases accelerated ahead of the election. One thing to note here is that when we have a solid GDP, whether it's credit or not, this is still, I'm going to lower the lighting back here. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So bottom line here, I mean, when you are looking at the fact that we have a GDP at 2.8%. This is the epitome of a no landing. We forgot about a soft landing. We went with no landing, right? So, that was kind of totally dialed in. This morning, the jobs data came in, the ADP data came in. Those are private payrolls. They came in much, much higher than expected. I'm looking for, let's see. Here, I'll just pull it from Matt Graham's stuff. Let's see what the ADP data came in. I know it came in much higher than expected. So GDP data we just talked about. Oh, by the way, the remember we talked about the quarterly PCE came in 2.2 versus 2.1 forecast. So we're gonna get the regular PCE data on Thursday, tomorrow. That's the monthly PCE, but the quarterly PCE came in right about where expected. Let's go back here to his little commentary and hit up. There you go. ADP data came in much higher. And again, this is no bearing on the BLS data, but it is something important to watch. It's what kind of drove things down this morning, came in at double the expectation. Forecasts for 115,000 jobs created. We had over 230,000 jobs created. And that's why when you look at the mortgage bond pricing for this morning, and we'll bump this back up a little bit so we can see this. There you go. That's why you see this dip right here. I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on your hip, and you dip, I dip, we dip. You put your, I don't even know if that's right, but that's kind of how I hear it, right? So you see this drop here, and then you've seen some recovery. So a lot of this is just recovery buying. It could be the end of this very, very terrible trend, but only if we get jobs data that shows, revisions to last month's jobs data and weakness on Friday. If we get strong jobs data, we're going to take another leg worse. Because of that, that's why the risks favor locking anything closing in the next couple of weeks, maybe even anything in the next 30 days. We've got jobs data coming on Friday. We've got the election coming on Tuesday rather, and then we've got the Fed meeting on the 7th. Now, when it comes to the election, I'm sure we're going to see some more talk about that and how that plays out. But the bottom line on the election is both candidates are considered to be bringing more debt to the table. And Ron, that joke never gets old. We all know that it's BS data rather than BLS data. At least it sure feels that way these days, for sure and for shizzle. Ron said ticket prices are higher at McDonald's, maybe because people are going to Applebee's and not going to Applebee's and dropping to McDonald's. So I don't know. It could be. And after 30 years away, you're setting up a few tanks. Yeah, good for you, fish tanks, Randy Teakle. Yeah, I have a fish tank in my office. That's why when you hear the running water, it means I have to add water to it. So Ron said technicals, significant resistance to 4.37 on the 10-year. You think we get to 4.35? I will stand firm on the idea that the technicals for the 10-year or mortgage bonds are not going to matter. It's all fundamentals. The data either is good or bad for us Friday, Tuesday, next Thursday. So 4.37 may or may not hold up. We'll bounce right past 4.5 if we get a jobs report that shows the job market is strong. If we get jobs data with lowering unemployment, more jobs created than expected on Friday, it is going to send things soaring. We're at 4.21, so 4.37 would be in that realm, but it's still, hopefully we don't go up and test that for sure. Is kind of the thing there. So anyway, good morning, Lisa Norman. So that's where we're at. Good morning, Thomas Wolf, Tim Klyla. Great to see all of you. We'll see where this goes from here. 4.22 is what we're sitting on right now. Mortgage-backed securities up that whopping 7 basis points. Don't lock first thing in the day. Wait a little bit. Let's see if we get some more improvement. Yesterday, we did get reprices better. And again, that's why we sent out, if you're not a member of our text alerts, you can go ahead and sign up for those at www.ratetextalerts.com or use this cool QR code. This is what we send out every day. We send out a morning alert around 10 a.m., an afternoon alert between 4 and 5 p.m., depending on what's going on in the markets. And then if there's, alerts worse when things are reprices worse are possible, and then alerts when it's like, hey, hold off locking because we may get some reprices better. And there were a slew of reprices better yesterday because we saw such an extreme bounce in mortgage-backed securities. But again, even that extreme bounce, as exciting as it was, it only puts us back where we were on Monday. I mean, you can see that right here, this level here, we're really not. But it is a step in the right direction. But it's all gonna see what's going on. Mike said he's been noticing grocery sale prices are going up. I have not noticed if that's something that's new, but that's definitely a thing. So remember, you can sign up for our written lock advice, www.ratelockadvice.com, or use this QR code. Take your phone, click that thing. You'll be able to sign up for that. If you want a reminder when I'm going live each morning, you can sign up for that, hmmr.io/reminder. Those are absolutely free. Last but not least, go check us out at originatorssuccess.com. Find out how we help you to get loans from Google and social media. Check us out here. We will help you to be found, be chosen, be remembered, getting some loans from Google, all that good stuff. So check us out. All right, my friends, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll got more to gossip on. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.